scooter that says,
"Climb hills with ease,"
and then has a hill rating of up to a 36% grade and only costs $600 don't make too much sense to me. In my experience, climbing power is something you have to buy, and it's something that more affordable scooters like this tend to struggle with. So instead of just taking their word for it, let's see if it can actually climb. Starting with this baby hill. Now, before I tackle the first hill, this is the Inmotion Climber, and the $600 price tag is actually a Black Friday special that is going for just a few more days. The regular price is $1,000, which is still a pretty good price if it can climb as well as they say it can climb, which is why I'm making this review to test that out. Now, some of you guys have maybe recognized this name, Inmotion. They're one of the powerhouse companies in electric unicycles. But just recently, they started adding scooters to their lineup, and now they have, I think, like 6 or 7 models, with the most powerful one reaching speeds of 65 miles per hour. But now back to the climber. And before I start to climb, I have brought my little friend with me, my AccuMaster. This little box is gonna tell us how steep this hill is. And I'm gonna measure it at 3 different spots. That's 6.5%. 8.8%, and 8.8% again. All right, so we'll call this an 8% grade. Starting at the bottom without any momentum, here we go. Good strong start. This is the steepest part and still kicking butt. And over the top at 17 miles an hour. That was pretty easy. And so let's go to a steeper hill, shall we? And while I head over there, I wanna stop for a second and talk about the power, because you actually have quite a lot of power for what you're paying for. This is a dual motor scooter. In the front, you have a 450 watt motor. In the rear, you also have a 450 watt motor. Those motors will peak out at 750 watts. That's a big jump from 450 to 750, 550, 650, 300 watt jump. Moving up here to the LCD screen, you got 3 speed modes. To change them, you just double tap the power button. You got walk mode, drive, and sport mode. On the right side is a thumb throttle, the textured orange pad that matches the orange sticker on the motors. They say you can get up to 24 miles per hour, so let's see if that's true. And that's 21 miles per hour. Well, I didn't quite get 24 miles per hour, a little bit shy of that. So that is the potential you could get if you're a little bit lighter than me. And for your information, I'm 180 pounds. Make sure you write that down and put it in your diary. There is an app with this, and in it, you can turn the cruise control on or off. So if hitting this throttle is too much work, you don't have to do it. In the app, you can also set it from a 0 to a non-zero start. So if you wanted to kick before the throttle engages, you got that option, or you got the 0 start, which is what I prefer. I'm gonna find out if this can top out in a block. I'm at the intersection. The end of the block is right where the road curves. Let's see if I can hit 21 miles per hour before the curve. And as soon as I hit the throttle, the power hits, and there's 21. So, can it top out within a city block? Yes, it can. I'm standing atop the hill number 2. Got my measuring device again. Up at the top, that's 14.4%. In the middle, that's 13.4. Close to the bottom, that is 14.6. So I'm gonna call this a 15% grade. And it's just about 3/4 of a block long. No momentum to start, here we go. Yeah, power. Kicking butt in the middle. And over the top at 12 miles an hour. That is a good speed for a $1,000 scooter. I'm beginning to understand why they say it can climb hills, because it just climbed that one really well. Before I move on to the third and final hill, I want to talk about range for just a second. And I couldn't find anywhere online that talked about battery size. Is it on the side of the scooter? Input, nominal, max, speed, payload, US manufacturer address. No, it is not, but that's okay, because all you guys really need to know is how far it can go, and that is 35 miles. The only bad thing is that it takes 9 hours for a full charge. Now, I do like the charge port cover. It is spring loaded. And that's pretty much it. So on to the third hill.
Climb hills with ease.
I had to come to the mountains to find a hill steep enough for its final test. And I'm pretty sure this is not gonna be up to what it's rated for, but we're gonna find out how steep it is. All right, near the top of the hill, 18.5%. In the middle, that is a 20.3%. And then towards the bottom, that's 18.3%. So really not even close to the rating of 36%, but it's the steepest hill in my area that's paved. And this is about 3/4 of a block long. Oh look, it's my dear, dear friend. Starting at the bottom with a slight slope. Here we go. Oh, this is the steepest part and kicking butt, yeah. Heck yeah, over the top at 8 miles an hour. So I would have to agree with the stem. This can climb hills with ease. Well, while I'm on my way home, I want to talk about brakes because you have a disc brake, which is in the rear wheel, but then you also have electric brakes. And in the app, you can change the strength of those brakes from 0 to 100. And as you saw on this very slick road, while going downhill, while going 50 miles an hour, it stops pretty good. So pretty happy with the brakes. Pause for car pass. And we're back. There's only one brake lever. It's on the left side, and that's pretty much everything you need to know about the brakes. And I've decided that I don't want to go home because it's a beautiful day. So let me cover all the other stuff that I haven't talked about yet. The first thing I want to talk about is the color scheme. These guys got pretty creative and I like it. I've already mentioned the throttle, how that's orange, but then you got this orange wire in front. It goes down the stem, comes out in the bottom. That's also orange. The folding mechanism is orange. Each motor has some orange on it. The cable coming out the back for the rear brake is orange as well. And then the braking piece is orange. And you also have an orange sticker. Warning, no stepping. I always talk about the small things is what makes products stand apart, and that is the epitome of that. I just think it looks pretty cool. Now this folds down pretty easy. Just push that in, pull that out, and it will lock back to the rear fender. And then you can just carry it by the stem. And it's not that heavy, it's just 46 pounds. It can carry a rider up to 286 pounds. There's two things cool with the tires. First, they're air-filled, they're 10 inches. It's a softer rubber, chip seal road and sidewalk lines. You know, you can feel the bumps, but the eyeballs aren't rattling. And the reason I say that is because there's no suspension on it. But they made these to where you can change out the tire in 10 minutes. It's a split rim type of a design. I think scooter companies are finally getting the hint that we the people will not buy your scooters if it's a pain in the butt to change the tire. Next thing I want to talk about is the spread on the handlebars. It's actually quite wide. Stem height is also very high. I'm a 5'11" guy and can easily reach the grips. I also like the size of the deck. Even though the stem is angled back a little bit, it was still pretty comfortable. I didn't feel crowded. The grips are pretty big, bulky, but they feel nice. I like the rubber they put on that. Behind it is a flick bell. Then you got turn signals, and they show up on the front and the back of the grip. The LCD screen is pretty bright, got full sun, and I can easily see it. And it's just got the power button. When I single press that, you can hear a beep, and that turns on the headlight. It's also got a tail light, and when you hit the brake levers, that does flare up. And I guess that's pretty much it. I think I've covered everything. So that is the Inmotion Climber. If you guys are looking for an affordable scooter that can climb some seriously steep hills, this is it. This is the one. If you want more info, I've got the link in the description. And as always, I appreciate you guys hopping on here and checking out my content. We're all clear? Yep. And I'll see you on the next one.